I'm Sheldon Ryder, and today I'm going to do a 40,000 mile review on my Kawasaki Versys-X 300. So if you guys watch this channel, you guys know that I only baby this bike and I never ride it off-road.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Oh, it's in neutral. Oh. All right, so maybe I lied. I'm gonna give you my opinion today and just tell you guys how it's basically held up over these 40,000 miles. So real quick, I wanna point out that I am gonna be giving away an HFK motorcycle dash cam. More information on that a little bit later. So let's jump on the bike and take it for a little bit of a ride. So one of the first things that I actually wanna talk about as I get on my Versys-X here is the reliability of this machine. So it has held up very well over the last 40,000 miles. It's the only time it has actually left me stranded is a rear wheel bearing, and the rear wheel bearing, I can't really fault the motorcycle because in reality that's something that I should have checked and I could have easily avoided this situation. So I'm doing some of these trails here and most of them are double track, but uh-oh. I guess I'm not doing this one. Well, I think I might be able to get over this, guys, but let me finish up the reliability part. I haven't had very many problems. I've just been doing regular maintenance, like basically just oil changes, you know, air filters, stuff like that. Just hasn't really let me down. In 40,000 miles, I don't think I could ask for much more. One other thing, I've been talking about the engine and stuff like that. Reliability wise, the transmission has been amazing, and I'm still on my stock original clutch at 40,000 miles. I think that's pretty good. I mean, I haven't had a ton of motorcycles. You know, I thought that was pretty impressive, and especially I don't baby it at all. All right, so actually, you know what? I'm gonna do the smart thing. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of take a look at what we're dealing with here. Yeah, guys, if you know me, I rarely do this, but usually what will happen is I will just get stuck. I don't know about you guys, but it seems like usually it's a fallen tree for me that ends up stopping the ride or making me turn around. So I'm gonna try to make it through. Okay. Oh yeah. Nothing for the Versys, right? So I've been talking about the reliability of this motorcycle, and I've actually already started a little bit on my next point, which is maintenance. And honestly, this motorcycle is low maintenance. Like I was saying, I'm on my stock clutch, 40,000 miles. I'm not saying you should do this, but just recently, I think at about 35,000 miles, I swapped the spark plug. The motorcycle is pretty easy to work on, but you know, I've had motorcycles where it seems like you're tearing them apart every couple thousand miles. Thankfully, that Versys, the 300 just seems like to be, you know, a pretty reliable engine. I'm not really scared when I go on long trips. But for me, the maintenance cost and just being very cheap to own is one of the reasons why this Versys-X has stuck around for me. Yeah, there is a couple muddier sections here. Woo-hoo-hoo! Go over here. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is I'll get to a little bit more wide open area. And I want to talk about the mods that I've done, which I believe improve this bike. Oops, looks like I picked up some sticks here. I'm gonna go over what I think the essential mods are. As you see, the bike right now, it's sitting pretty low. I feel like the first mod that you have to do is a skid plate. And the one I have is from T-Rex Racing. Performed pretty well, but it's taken a lot of abuse. Oh yeah, that was a big one. Cut it like right here. The mounting points and stuff like that are getting a little janky, but I mean, there's literally spots underneath it where there's almost holes. The other one that I think that, I mean, this bike would just be in 2 pieces if I didn't have, and that was these crash bars, and these are also from T-Rex Racing. Like, I've dropped this bike, I mean, dozens and dozens of times, and I don't have a cracked side piece plastic, which is insane. I mean, there's a couple scratches and stuff like that, but that's mostly from what you guys seen earlier, just me going through kind of the bushes and stuff like that, trees sliding up against my bike. For me, the center stand, I can't own another motorcycle that doesn't have a center stand. So it's just that one's also from T-Rex Racing, and this is not sponsored by T-Rex Racing at all. It's just that they make a lot of stuff for this motorcycle, and it all seems to hold up pretty well. But for me, the center stand is, I mean, it's just necessary because I changed my own tires, cleaning the chain. It just makes that stuff so much easier. It's insane. I don't know what I'd do without it. So on to my 4th mod. It is this rear pannier rack. Now, this is from HTP. It's a really, really heavy duty rack. And not only does it really support any panniers and make sure they're like super secure, it also just protects this whole rear region if you were to fall over. So I'm gonna include those. Obviously, if you don't plan on taking any long trips or anything like that, and maybe you can just get away with a tank bag or something, you know, maybe it's not necessary. This is the last mod I wanna mention. It is my seat concept seat. Stock seats are okay, but to me, they were just like, there was way too much give in the seat, and this seat concept foam kit basically kind of firms it up and supports your back and stuff like that. I've done some insane long days in this saddle, and I've been fine. So I'll talk about how much all these mods cost and stuff like that. And I mentioned earlier that I really feel like I had to have some of these mods to enjoy the motorcycle as much as I have. But I'm not gonna put too much thought into it, because no matter if I bought a Versys-X 300 or a Pannier 700, more than likely I'm doing similar mods to both, and they'll roughly cost similar amounts. So this is exactly what I mean. This is why I need some of this stuff. So I was coming around this corner, I did not see that. So decent little rut there, but that's why I kind of like this motorcycle. It is not very heavy. So we'll pick it up, reset the key here, and we'll go on our way. So I've covered the reliability, the maintenance, and the different mods that I have on this motorcycle. But real quickly, I want to introduce our first sponsorship. It is for an HFK HM201 motorcycle dash cam. So one of you will be receiving one of these for free. Pretty cool device. I've thought about dash cams for a while. I mean, you guys know me, I record a lot of my riding, but the average person, you know, doesn't have a GoPro on all the time. So a motorcycle dash cam makes a lot of sense in these scenarios, especially in the scenario that you get in a wreck, or, you know, just something crazy happens. The HFK HM201 has a kind of a stealthy setup, but it has a rear and a front-facing 1080p camera, and that camera actually also has night vision. To win this motorcycle dash cam, all you have to do is comment and like this video, and then I'm just gonna do a random comment picker. But yeah, I just want to thank HFK motorcycle dash cams. I will link them in the pinned comment and also in the description in this video. So one other thing I want to talk about is the performance of this motorcycle. So as we all know, it's not going to win any awards in power, but for being such a small motorcycle, this thing is not bad at all. You know, it'll do 70, 75 miles per hour all day on the highway. So if you're looking at this motorcycle and your only thought is, you know, will it keep up with traffic? just yes, it will. It has no problem doing that. I've done that for 24 hours straight, where I went on the highway and I went 85 miles per hour, and I just stuck there all day. One thing I will say is the brakes are okay. They're not going to win any awards. I have swapped out some brake pads and stuff like that, and I haven't noticed a massive difference. Another thing I will mention is it does have a pretty decent sized fuel tank, and you know, I get several hundred miles out of a tank. I've never pushed it that far, but I know you can get 250 plus if you're being conservative. So I think the biggest reason that I've kept this motorcycle around is, I mean, just the versatility of it. Like, I can do exactly what I'm doing now, just kind of cruising through some trails, you know, kind of almost wanting to get lost a little bit, you know, and get that adventure. I can throw the pack on the rear, and it's just like I can go out and moto camp one day, and then the next day I can ride back and forth to work, no problem. I would say almost above all my other points that I made today is that the reason I've kept this bike around for 40,000 miles is that this motorcycle is so versatile, and it's in the name. It's the Versys-X 300, but over the last 40,000 miles, this motorcycle has given me some amazing memories, we'll say. This is an amazing motorcycle, and one that I think you should consider, guys. Leave a like and comment, especially if you want to win that motorcycle dash cam that I was talking about earlier. If you could subscribe, I appreciate every single one of you. Sheldon Rider out.